Welcome, everyone. Thank you for coming. Welcome to the winter solstice into the mystery call. So good to see you. If you want to turn on your camera, I can actually see your beautiful eyes and wave to you. Great to see you. Hi. We'll just give it a minute before we dive in. Welcome, Candace. Welcome, Lorraine. Welcome, Yokomoda, Zunera, Aaron, Katya. There's many beings joining from many places, and one of the joyful parts of these calls is we get to feel each other all around the world. And if you'd like to use the chat, you can scroll your mouse down to the bottom and actually let us know where you're beaming in from. I'm in Northern California. This is not my real background, obviously. We're not experiencing this kind of snow, but how gorgeous is this? This very wintry snowfall here. Lorraine is beaming in from where they have real snow in New York City. Welcome. It's fun to feel all the ways we can use technology in this beautiful, positive way. Welcome, Cloud from Vancouver, Canada. So sweet. I like to imagine us like weaving these rays of light all around the planet as we gather in this beautiful way together. Andrea from Hawaii, welcome. Sure not snowy there, unless maybe some of the very tippy tops of the volcanoes are. Angelina from Italy, ciao Angelina. Che bello. We'll have to speak Italian later. I lived there for 7 years. Love Italy. Pamela from Wales, United Kingdom. Beautiful. So we'll just give it a few more moments. We have a wonderful amount of people that have joined us and signed up for this, and it gives me so much just energy and delight. Annalisa, welcome. I know you. You're up in Davis, Northern California. Fun part is that we have our lovely Zunera, who's here in Northern California, who is with you, and now she's with me. Tony, also North Cascades of Washington, where it's snowing cats and dogs. Beautiful. Enjoying the winter wonderland. Natalie from Minnesota. Our trees are covered in snow and are majestic. Beautiful. Yeah, I can imagine. I don't know where this image is from, but it feels just so wintry and magical. I could imagine in Minnesota it looks like that too. Susan from the UK. See how fun this is? We can feel these like beams of light. We're all weaving across the planet. Love it. And if you want to put your great to see you. Tony actually can see you now, and Pamela. It's fun. Great. All right. So, Aaron, if you can keep your eye out for people still joining, I think we're going to begin. Wonderful. So, for those of you who are new to this kind of experience with me, I'd like to give you a little bit of context and an overview to know a little bit about what we're going to do. Some of it is in the mystery, as the name implies, into the mystery. And the beautiful part about mystery schoolwork is that a lot unfolds in the moment and guides us. So part of today is going to be completely in this kind of channeled intuitive flow. For me and for you, you'll receive things, you will be guided places in the inner realms, we'd say, that we can't prepare for, but that will be held in such a loving, high frequency space. And I'm excited to offer that experience to you. Before we dive into a guided inner journey, I'm going to call in the directions and honor the elements. And this is a practice that our ancestors have done and indigenous people still do, and all over the world, they do, to create sacred space and for sacred ceremony to be held in a really high frequency, loving, and vibrant way, with the elements assisting us and those unseen forces, really, those benevolent ones that love us from beyond the veil, assisting us in our deep work. So we're going to begin shortly with calling in the directions and honoring the elements. And this can be done in different ways. The way that I'm going to do this is how I've been taught from my lineage, which is the 13 Moon Mystery School lineage. And this is based on divine feminine mystery schools throughout time and cross culturally, and is a lineage that has been brought forth by my mentor, my spiritual mentor, and I like to call her my fairy goddess mother, Ariel Spilsbury. So we will call in the directions and honor the elements. And then shortly after that, I'm going to invite you to just get grounded with me for a moment and to then come through what we call a gate. And the gate is simply an energetic gateway where you will be asked a question. And the beauty of these calls is that our sharing, our participation creates this beautiful medicine for one another. Medicine in the most high frequency, kind of like Native American medicine wheel practices way, the medicine that keeps our hearts really alive and open and feeling connected. So the more you're willing to share, the more that you give of yourself in these opportunities when a question is asked, the more you'll feel the energy really weaving in a beautiful harmonic together. So after that gateway question, then we'll dive into our inner work. And this inner journey work is something that I do with initiates over the last 14 years in the mystery school training. It's much like a guided meditation. And in that inner space, you'll be invited to dream into what I am guiding you into, to use your own creative imagination, to open to receive what comes to you. Some of it will be prompted and other things will come very uniquely to you. And from that space, we'll come out and we'll share again. I forgot one thing I'd really like to offer as well before the inner journey and before the gateway. I'm going to give a little more context about winter solstice. Some of you may have already been celebrating this for a long time and know all about it. And for others, it may be fairly new. You may think, what is this pagan thing? What's going on? Why do we celebrate this day? So I would like to give you more context. And before we dive in, just honoring the people that are still coming in and sharing where they're coming from. We can, send them our love. And okay, I can see some things going on in there. Yeah, this is not the ritual theater event that happened in person. This is my own spiritual masterclass. That ritual theater event can be seen now as a replay, just to clarify. There's so much going on around this time of year, and we're being invited to really celebrate and gather. I'm feeling like, before even calling in the directions, just to give you a little context about winter solstice, because it's really a powerful time to join together and to gather. So let me see if I can share my screen. Let me find this if I can't do it like that, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make it a background for a moment. I'm going to share a beautiful image about the turns of the wheel of the year. Okay, this is the way to do it. So you'll see, is it reversed or do you see it the right way? Erin, do you see it the right way? Yeah? Okay. So here is the wheel of the year. I'm trying to tuck out to the side. I did this call the last time at the fall equinox, but now we're up at the top and it's called Yule or winter solstice. And you'll see that as we move through the year, there's different phases that we go into astrologically. There's different names for these holidays that have come from our ancient ancestors. So Lithia, I was in Shasta for summer solstice and did a call with a real background of nature behind me. And Lithia is when the sun is at its pinnacle. It is the height of our solar blessing of the year. And we're exactly across from that summer solstice now at the winter solstice of Yule, where the sun is, interestingly, not that far away. We're closest to the sun, which is kind of unusual because it's so cold. We're thinking, how in the northern hemisphere could we be closer? This being said, there is less daylight. This is going into the longest, darkest days of the year. Tomorrow marks the exact moment of the solstice, the 21st. The longest day, the longest night of the year, the shortest day of the year. Kind of flip that. They are dark days. We are feeling the shortness and the darkness when at 4:35 at night it's cold and dark here in the northern hemisphere. So why do people gather? Our ancient ancestors have gathered for millennia to celebrate on the shortest day and the longest night of the year. And I have some context for you about why that is so. Ancient traditions would pray and celebrate and keep their hope alive and keep their hearts really warmed by the Yule fire, the Yule log, as they celebrated the return of the light. The word solstice actually comes from the root of it is sol, S-O-L, which is the sun. And when you are talking about the solstice, it's talking about the day the sun stands still or appears to from the earth. It comes from the fact that the sun's position in the sky is relative to the horizon at noon, which changes a lot. On the other days it's moving, and on this day it just stays in that position. It appears to pause in the few days around the solstice. It's not moving. The sun stands still. And ancient cultures viewed this as a time of death and rebirth, a powerful time. The death of the light, and in their olden days and ways, they needed to really trust they were going to make it through the winter and not starve, because they depended on the warmth of the sun. So they held the celebrations and rites to almost like invite the sun back and bless that the sun would come back for new life and new hope. So you can kind of feel that as we're moving into this call, how there may be parts of you that are ready to be shed or to let go of in the dark and to release, and other parts that are really needing to be activated and awakened, and more hope for the next chapter of your life. Interestingly, this pagan festival on winter solstice called Yule was a 12-day festival that later we can remember hearing about the 12 days of Christmas. That comes from this 12-day Yule festival, where they would light the Yule log to keep it bright and burning and warm for all 12 nights. And they believed that if the log stayed lit, it would ward off any bad omens or evil spirits, and that they would be protected. There is another fascinating fact, and that is, I have another background to show you. Many sacred sites around the world are aligned for the solstice. This is Stonehenge. And even though there are so many mysteries still about the actual purpose and use of Stonehenge, it's a fact that it is aligned in a very particular way astrologically with the solstices. And on winter solstice, there is a direct alignment with Stonehenge. There are tombs in ancient England that on this one day of the year fill with light for hours, and on other days no light goes in. In Chaco Canyon, there are hieroglyphs that would show the winter solstice shaft of light piercing a spiral exactly at this time of year. The ancient ancestors worked with this energy very, very specifically. They were aware of the power of this day. So, my loves, that is a little bit more context for us all to feel how this is actually a part of our lives as humans and has been since early times. So let us gather ourselves now to call in the directions and honor the elements as a practice that our ancestors have also done. For this is really opening the container in an honoring way. So I'm going to invite you to close your eyes for a moment and put a hand on your heart and imagine yourself in a circular space like that Stonehenge space, and you are facing the east. And as you face the east and honor the east, we honor the place of the rising sun, the place of the new dawn. And as we honor the far east, the wisdom teachers and wisdom keepers of the east, we also honor the element of air. Taking a deep breath in, feeling air, this crucial part of our life force, prana, and feeling the winds that blow the dross away, the heaviness away, the winds of change. Feel the lightness that comes in as we breathe, the wings of our own heart, our lungs filled with prana, inspiration. In ancient Aramaic, the same word for breath is the word for spirit. And we invoke the angel of air, the elemental angel of air, to purify our mental body, to keep our minds bright and clear at this dark time of year. Hail and welcome east, welcome air. Turning a quarter turn to face the south, we bow our heads in reverence and honor the south gate, and we call in the south as the south fires of the heat of the equator, the fires of lava, Pele, the southern parts of this country, the northern hemisphere, where the light is hotter, the heat of the day stronger. And as we feel into the south gate of fire, we feel into the fires of creativity, the fires of our chi, our shakti, our life force energy. We feel into the purifying fire that cleanses the old growth on the forest floor, that remineralizes. Fire. We invoke the elemental angel of fire to sanctify our spirits today on the solstice, to purify us spiritually. Hail and welcome south, welcome fire. And then visualizing yourself turning another quarter turn towards the west, beloveds, hand on heart, feeling the west gate. We welcome the west, and we welcome the water, the element of water, the west, the place of the setting sun, and here, especially in California, the sun that sets into the Pacific. We call upon this element of water, the waters within us, the waters of remembrance, the waters that purify our emotional body, and the waters of Mother Earth, the waters that we are invoking, that they come into balance and harmony, purity. We call upon the elemental angel of water to purify our emotional body, to keep us flowing, the energy in motion, that we stay fluid, soft. dissolving old stories, emotional baggage in these waters on this solstice. Hail and welcome west, welcome water. Rotating now, another quarter turn to face the north. We honor the direction of the north and the element of earth, feeling the mountain, feeling that within our own embodiment, the strength, the integrity, the alignment, the structure, the crystals, the six-sided mineral salts, crystals in our blood, our bones, feeling the north as the place of the ancestors and the place of the winged ones, the four-leggeds, the swimmers, the crawlers, the animal kingdom. We honor the earth that nurtures and sustains us and all our earth family that lives here upon this planet with us. And we call in the elemental angel of earth to strengthen and purify our physical body temples. Feeling that invocation into our beings. Hail and welcome north, welcome earth. And now we turn and step into the center of the wheel, like a Native American prayer wheel, this solar cross wheel, this balanced wheel. We stand in the center. And in the center, we honor the singularity in the center of our own heart, what the Hopi would call the sipapu, the one point, the place between dimensions, the etheric realm. We honor the element of ether, the magical, unmeasurable element within all others. And here in the center of the wheel on the solstice, we lift our hearts and we honor Great Spirit and all the unseen forces, the ancestors who love us from beyond the veil, and all those benevolent guides and beings who are here for our highest good and awakening. We call in the angelic realm, all those angels that work with you personally, and all the multitude beyond names that still work with us constantly from beyond the veil. We call in the ascended ones and our star kindred, and we give thanks for this day to work in this good way together. Hail and welcome center, welcome ether. Beautiful. And before we even fully open our eyes together, with your hand on your heart, feeling all that has been named, all that has been honored, yourself in the center of this wheel of life, this wheel that we honor in the year, in the cycles, feeling the prayer that you bring in personally to this ceremony, to this opportunity to amplify that, to lay it on the altar of this temple and let it be blessed. Feel into your personal prayer. Now I'd like you to imagine that you're walking towards a beautiful temple. And as you walk toward the temple with that personal prayer, you're also aware of that which doesn't serve you anymore in your life. And this could be this first layer of whether it's mental distraction, busyness, holiday stress, whatever it is that you would be willing to leave at the gate, that you'd be willing to lay down to be transmuted in love. So as you walk to this temple gate, knowing what that is, holding that prayer in your heart to be amplified, and bringing that peace that we might call shadow, that which is just distraction or dissonance, to be laid down at the gate. And let us now slowly open our eyes together. And I meet you again as the gate of empty presence. And I ask if there's anything that you would be served by leaving, truly leaving here, so that you may receive more deeply in presence. Really feel whatever that is, and if you should so choose to drop it in the chat to be witnessed, it may be strong and useful medicine for others, for we do great collective work together. So what would you leave at my gate, beloved, to truly enter empty? What could you name in truth? Go ahead and just feel into that. And for those who are ready to name that in the chat, Rhonda is leaving jealousy, envy, and resentment, witnessing that brave and beautiful choice for the one. Blessed be. Erin is leaving anxiety around not knowing what's next for me and my life, holding you in this gateway of the unknown. May you walk through in peace, beloved. The beloved on the iPhone, I do not know your name, but I honor your share in empty presence, leaving fear, worry, and mistrust. Feeling the grace moving in the place that leaves. Blessed be. Jody is leaving fear, lack of judgment, or failure, the belief of failure, witnessing you, the wisdom of leaving that to be here now. Claude is leaving self-doubt. Blessed be. I'm going to go through them a little bit more fluidly now, leaving overwork for Sassy, doubts and fear for Lorraine. Pamela, leaving hurt and loss of an adopted daughter. Really feeling each person share with deep, deep compassion. Susan, leaving sadness and illness. Laura, leaving a dead-end job and the chattering of her mind. Blessed be. Annalisa, leaving being overly busy and knowing how that's related to self-worth, honoring that wisdom, that gnosis. Melinda, Noema, leaving fear, scarcity, unworthiness, and over-responsibility. Blessed be. Susan, in empty presence, witnessing you there. Kim, leaving judgment at the door. Oh, sister, blessed be for the one. Tony, leaving uncertainty, future in which we've lost so many dear leadership souls in these past few months. Thank you, beloved. Leaving the uncertainty, making space for faith. Elizabeth, having problem with the audio. Okay, blessings to you, beautiful Elizabeth. Shalu, leaving hurt, unhealed parts of self and unhealed parts and self-oppression. Thank you, Shalu, for transmuting that, naming that for the one. Again, iPhone, you know who you are, holding you as you leave worry about children, allowing in trust. Blessed be for all the children. Katya, leaving numbness and dysregulation. Again, on the iPhone, leaving fear, lack, and illnesses. Blessed be, and to all who haven't shared but are in this process of really feeling and listening, knowing that you are being held in what you are leaving at the gate here. So as we do this work, you'll notice that as you read or you take in Susan on the iPhone, leaving despair and hopelessness, and Tony, self-doubt about not being good enough. As we hold each other, and as shares may still come in, you can witness them even if I'm going on from here, knowing that this is a place that your shadow and light is held in unconditional love. and compassion. Whatever it is that you bring forth, you may have a piece of deep medicine and healing for someone else that had felt so alone in their own grief, in their own self-doubt, in their own self-judgment. Whatever it is that you're willing to name, thank you. Thank you. So, my loves, I'm going to take us deeper into the journey space now. And as part of the practices that I teach, I offer very simple mudras from time to time. And these mudras help us anchor even more in the body, to bring our presence wholly here, to bring ourselves fully home in the present moment. So I'm going to invite that we use our hands of light and just bringing them up and rubbing them together with me. You may feel just in the act of doing that, they're connected to your heart. You can clap them together, just activate them. And for a moment, holding them in front of your heart in the simple mudra of Namaste, which we know from prayer and yoga, and just feeling into the connection between your heart and your hands. And then we're going to open our left palm like a chalice and feeling that shape, bringing it down under your navel to what some call the hara. And in women, we call the womb space, the second chakra, just holding that cup, that chalice. And for a moment, breathing a little deeper and feeling this invitation with this feminine mudra, the chalice mudra, to feel the inward, downward, gravitational spiral towards center. You can close your eyes for a moment softly and just feel yourself landing a little deeper in your body. And now we're going to activate our right hand of light like a blade. And this mudra is very activating. It's brighter, it's awakening. You can even bring your forefinger and thumb together if you choose. And this mudra, this is like Vajra consciousness, diamond mind. And it is enough if that is challenging for your fingers to simply hold it as a blade. We're going to reach up together as if our middle fingertip is touching into what I like to call the soul star chakra above our crown. And as you reach up, you can lift your chin and your heart for a moment and feel like you're tapping in to this soul light, imagining it like the sun, S-O-L, or the soul, S-O-U-L, the soul star chakra. Slowly bringing that blade or Vajra mudra down towards your crown and holding it in front of your brow. And for a moment, just breathing and activating the crown chakra, taking a deep breath and feeling that you're inviting that solar light, dialing open the crown just enough to receive the blessings of the light, the rays of the soul star light into the light sensitive parts of your brain. And as the hand of light is in front of your brow, it's activating the third eye, the pineal, the pituitary, and the hippocampus are those light sensitive parts of the brain connected to that spiritual eye, the eye that sees beyond the veils of this 3D world. Deep breath. And then slowly lowering that blade mudra down so the fingertips are near your lips and bowing your chin. Take a deep breath and feel the light moving from the light sensitive parts of your brain through your skull down to the base of the skull. Take a deep breath as we activate a lesser known chakra, sometimes called the mouth of God Goddess or the medulla oblongata. This is connected to the listening channel, listening beyond the veil, those subtle whispers from our guides. And then we lift our chin and activate the throat chakra with this hand of light. We prepare the body like a static-free receiver to receive more soul resonance, divine soul starlight, this high frequency entering into the physical body. And in the throat chakra, we bring ourselves to this place where your power of your voice, the power to create, the power to transmit your thoughts, your desires. And in this high frequency loving space, we're just going to bring in a very bright blue light here. This beautiful clearing blue light, activating and awakening the throat chakra. There will be an opportunity to make sound together during this call, just soothing and easing any constriction in the throat, any places we've swallowed down our voice, any place we've swallowed down our truth, or swallowed down the joy of our song. And we scroll that hand of light now down into the physical body temple, the torso, activating the high heart, also a lesser known chakra, at the thymus gland. This chakra, as well as being responsible for a lot of our immunity, the T cell activation there, it is responsible for whispers of memory of our many lives, the keys, the codes, the wisdom, the gifts that we bring through in the template of our soul. So we bow to that remembrance, that precious and powerful chakra. And we drop that hand of light, the blade mudra, now to the center of our chest. Taking a deep breath there, I'd like to invite you to feel your alignment. The central channel is starting to really light up. And as the crown is relaxed and back, we're so forward leaning in the West, so leaning into the future. And in this moment, with your crown relaxed back and your heart lifted, feeling the breath diving deeper into the back heart, feeling this invitation to open the petals of the heart, the spiritual heart in the center of your chest, the heart chakra, to receive the blessing of the solar light, as if each petal is drinking in the light, flowering and unfolding to receive more of this full presence, and especially towards the back, deep in the back of the heart chakra towards the spine, diving in with single pointed focus to this very sacred part of your being. This is the part that is untouched by suffering, sorrow, doubt, grief, rage, fear. There is a part that is radiant in the center of your sacred heart. Traveling there together, finding this part like a diamond or a jewel, as they say, with the mantra from the East, Om Mani Padme Hum, the jewel in the center of the lotus. We find that jewel and breathe into that light, beloveds. And for a moment, imagine with me that from that spark of radiance, this light starts to beam down into the lower chakras as the hand of light scrolls down now to the solar plexus. And go ahead and place the palm of your blade mudra now softly and gently warm on your solar plexus, and the palm of your chalice mudra against your lower belly, and just leaning into your back body, breathing into the back lower part of your lungs, coming down, taking up more soul residence, soul starlight, filling this solar plexus chakra, breathing into the kidneys and adrenals at this time of year when we're meant to be resting. The winter is a time of fallowness, a time to be inward, and yet our culture does not support that. Our culture forces us to keep busy, going, doing, working, pushing in this kind of frenetic pace, the consumerism, materialism, In this moment, just giving yourself this pause, this recharge, and breathing this light into your kidneys, your adrenals, and your solar plexus. This chakra that is like your inner sun, the seat of this inner sun, the chakra that has so much to do with power, though not so much power as we're conditioned to think about power, true power, true power in alignment with this greater light, this greater love of our essence being, the power of alignment and strength and responsibility, not in an over responsibility, rather an ability to respond from that alignment and feel where you've been blown out in this kind of frenetic paced world, and just bringing yourself back to center, to core stability. To be integrous is integral, it's whole, integrated, strong. Feeling the strength returning to you in the core of your being as you breathe into the back of that chakra. And then taking that hand of light and slowly moving in a large, slow circle, the direction of your digestion. Digestion is all about integrating and assimilating. So just using that palm of light around the viscera, the organs in the east. Our Eastern brothers and sisters and ancestors knew that the belly was like a second brain, and that our instinct, our intuition, our belly knowing is so trustable. Coming back to honoring this belly with these 3 big circles, and then pausing after the third to form a downward triangle with your 4 fingertips and thumb tips together, just holding that lower belly. Breathing into the sacral chakra. This is the watery chakra that's responsible for trust and flow with life and for intimacy. Intimacy not only in our sexuality, but in our willingness to be seen, to let someone see into me, see who you truly are in your tenderness, in your humanness, and that soft belly primalness of your being. And in this moment, just giving this lower belly this loving touch and knowing that the subconscious emotional body is connected to this place, deeply connected to the second chakra, and that so much of our life is created from the subconscious. And so we infuse it with that solar light, the light of more of our soul star essence. Breathing so deep that you can breathe into the bones of your sacrum and then relaxing the root. And as we come all the way down, softening the perineum, relaxing into the root, feeling the places you've been clenching in survival, in any scarcity of time, scarcity of resources, scarcity of love, these appearances, these beliefs that are held in the body and reflect in the outpicturing of our lives. In this safe and sacred space, imagining a soft, warm, red light, softening the tail, the energetic tail, all of our conditioned trauma responses of fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. In this time, in this present moment, coming into the higher octave of the root chakra, breathing into the hips, letting the energy flow down the legs, past the knees, lower legs and ankles, lighting up your feet, and feeling a beautiful, luminous grounding cord moving through what you're sitting on, the floor, the building, the foundation. And as it touches Mother Earth, Terra, Gaia, feeling this cord of light that's connected to your whole central channel, that's connected to the luminosity of your soul starlight, Feel it broadening and opening, and feel that this energy of groundedness, deep rootedness, the highest octave of the root chakra is to bring our whole rainbow light body on board, fully incarnate, take up more soul residence all the way down, to be here now, vital, strong, healthy, embodied, embodying the love you truly are. And together, as we root this grace on earth, we do this great collective offering, this great collective work together, almost like acupuncture needles giving the whole planet a tune-up. So beaming down together, heart light strong, back of the heart, the sacred heart beaming down all through the lower chakras into the earth in this big column of light. And we travel down, and we travel down to the earth star chakra, to all our ancestral collective pieces, without needing to pause to figure out what that is, just loving and blessing the layers as we go down together into this planet for the one heart. And as we beam down, I'd like you to imagine all of us from all around the world, from everywhere, and people that are catching this replay even in other places of the world, that we are here connected in this great work. As we beam all the way through the layers of underground water, all the crystals that we work with assisting us, the record keepers, we go into the deepest layers, the mysteries inside Gaia's body, into her heart, and feel your connection with our Mother Earth at this time when there is so much need of connection to her, to each other, to Source. Feel us now in that connection. Feel the love that we are cultivating for our planet and for this time where it may appear so dark in the outpicturing, the collective narratives. At this time, we are holding the light strong. And as we touch together in her heart star, we now connect back up our central channel and up that column of light. And we're going to come to a place that we are drawn in, an etheric place that we might call, we could call it the underworld of collective and personal subconscious. And I'd like you to imagine that your heart light is strong as you are walking in this space where there may be much suffering, but that you are not fettered the way that you might be on a personality level. On a soul level, you can witness. And what I would like to invite is that in this place, it's a place of composting, a place of negredo. That's the alchemical principle of compost. Composting something from one form into pure energy, into another form. So I ask you here, in this place, with the light of your soul light strong and guiding you, what would you leave here as an offering? What part of self could you shed or release? The deepest part. You may have mentioned things that you left at the gate already. This is a deep part. This can be a pattern, a belief, an identity attachment that's been causing you suffering. I invite you to see it as a symbol or an image, to see it as a color, to feel what that is that you are leaving here, the part that you are composting, that you are dying to, that is being left behind. And to feel as you are leaving it, even though it has caused suffering, there has been wisdom won. There has been a gift that it has given you. And really dig deep to feel as you shed this part that no longer serves. Truly receive the gift, both in the release of it and in the wisdom of how it has served you. Like an outworn costume, an old mask, an old narrative. Whatever it is to you, really see it in some form symbolically that you can release it now while still receiving the gift that it has offered you. Take a moment to do that. And when you are complete, as if you're placing it on an earthen altar and watching it transmute, watching it change, watching it transform, allow it to show you. Just breathing and receiving and bowing to it in gratitude. And you know in your heart when that is complete. And when that is complete, turning and walking away from that earthen altar. And as you do, there is a being, a glowing being that you see walking towards you. And beloved, I'd like you to meet this aspect of yourself that you can call sometimes like your divine child innocence or your essence being, connected to that part of your heart that can never be tarnished, destroyed by anything you've ever chosen or done, by anything that's ever been done to you, by any suffering of the world. This part is approaching you in so much love. And as this divine, radiant part of you approaches you, if it is in the form of your divine child and a small one, you might want to kneel down and just receive it. It could be an angelic one, it could be a big glowing being, just feeling for you how it is arising, how it is appearing, and having this exchange of love with this part, embracing this part. And if it is in wisdom, to bring this part fully into your being. You may wish to use your physical hands again in this space to hold yourself or hold your heart, to bow your chin and just to feel that communion, to feel that part that you are resurrecting from the underworld, to feel the gifts, what it whispers to you, the magic, the wisdom that you had been denied until this moment, that it is bringing back for you. Breathing and receiving that, really allowing that in. Deep breath. And if it has been shown to merge or commune with this being in a way that it comes into your body, into your body that has traveled in this inner journey, then see how that might change your body, that astral part of you. Feel the radiance increasing, feel the posture changing. Feel how that impacts the posture and the breath and the radiance of this physical body temple. As you rise back up from that space in the inner journey and coming up from the underworld, up through your own central channel, up this Shushumna up to your own heart. And then we bring our hands of light back together in that simple mudra of Namaste in front of the heart chakra, bowing our chins and feeling everything that's been received, everything that has been offered, and feeling what you return with. I'm going to invite you to open the fingers and keep the pinky tips and thumbs together so that you form what's called a Padma mudra, like a lotus flower or an overflowing chalice. And to feel the inner light, that soul starlight, really anchoring into your sacred heart. They say that there is a moment in each of our initiatory journeys where the soul descends into the body, and it's usually preceded by a dark night of the soul. It would appear that things get much more challenging before this inner light awakens fully. This is often the case with soul initiation. So if you have been suffering, if you have been in fear, if you have been in doubt, open to receive these codes now. That this is part of the path of every human, sooner or later. This part of our awakening journey includes this homecoming, this deep radiance within. So feeling in this moment the joy and the gratitude of being anchored in this radiance, in the soul star, in the heart. A grateful open heart is a gateway that opens the mystery. Feel something now, beloveds, that you are truly grateful for. It could be this moment in community. It could be something simple like your health, your breath, the beauty of the snow, a child you love, an animal you love. Just let it open your heart a little bit more. Feel that heart light amplifying, showering like a center of a beautiful flower, becoming this luminous egg around you as it fills your auric field. And then pressing your hands of light together, bringing them up to your brow. We give thanks. We give thanks for this day and this beautiful way to come together, to pray and to play in the mysteries. We give thanks for so much abundance in so many different forms. We are so blessed. And very, very slowly bringing those hands of light down to your lap. We're going to take our time, much different than we operate in our normal worlds. We're not going to pop our eyes open and start fidgeting around. We're just going to gently let a little bit of light in with a downward gaze. And just feel that inner radiance that you have cultivated as you scroll your eyes slowly up, just to sit with me for a moment. An empty presence. Just breathing and feeling. It is very rare to give ourselves this gift. Just feeling that gratitude, feeling the breath, letting your gaze be soft. And I bow to you, beloved. I bow to you for this journey you're on. I honor you for your choice to be here today, to take this time for yourself. for your inner work. I see you. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you. I'd like to invite that before we move on too far, that if there's anything you received from the journey that you wish to share, anything that you saw from the journey into the depths, to release and to resurrect, both in the releasing and transmuting of that pattern or that part that no longer serves, and in that reclamation and resurrection of that radiance and that beauty that you truly are. Whatever you share is welcome here in Medicine for the One. And I delight in your visions and the unique images and symbols that arise from this work. So whatever you received, and know that this is a place of non-judgment, and we're letting go of comparing mind, opening to the miracles and the mystery and the innocence and the play. So whatever you received is beautiful and welcome. Whew. Andrea is sharing, releasing old patterns and shadows, stepping into the light. I believe that some of these were from the gate still. So whatever is coming from the journey, Susan felt and honored the communion as we expanded the inner light. So did I, beloved. So much radiance in the inner planes as a collective. This work we're doing for the earth and for humanity is felt. It is deeply powerful when we gather in this way. Did you know that there have been experiments about people that come together to meditate in certain places, and how crime goes down in that place significantly, that we affect the morphogenetic field, that we affect each other beyond 3D so much. You're so connected. So for anyone here that wishes to share what they saw, what they received, even if it was subtle, if it was a certain color frequency you were bathed in, if it was an image that you received when you let go of that which no longer served. Tony, releasing anxiety about my love life, future, and my professional ventures. Thanks for the deep, moving meditation. You're so welcome, brother. My honor. Susan's feeling so blessed and loved. Rhonda, in awe of the depth and light and shared experience, as am I. Elizabeth, welcoming in love. That's what it's all about. That's what we're doing here. Embodying the love we truly are more fully. Radiating it, experiencing it, feeling it. Susan felt color frequencies of purple that were so bright. And another Susan, yes, the power of the communion created pink and golden light, and the blessing of trust in all that's happening. Linda, thank you for the radiating. Yes, thank you for all who are sharing your hearts. Pamela, she left behind being her mother's daughter. She's so much bigger, a golden shining being, witnessing you in your sovereignty as your own unique essence light shining. Blessed be. Sassy, the deep interconnectedness, sending all so much love. Beautiful. Rhonda, reclaiming unconditional self-love and an open heart. Blessed be. Gina, I'd be grateful for the recording as I just came in. Absolutely. If you're on the list, you will receive it for sure. Kim, a beautiful purple presence surrounding me. Love that. Purple is such a high frequency color. It's that soul star color, that royal color, working with that high frequency. Purple came for more than one. Katya, reclaiming sovereignty, witnessing you, sister, for the one. For many years, I heard that word, sovereignty, and I didn't understand it. It was just a concept. I would think of a sovereign queen or king owning lands, thinking, what does it mean to be a sovereign being? And throughout the years of this spiritual journey, I recognized some simple truths about sovereignty for myself and share this with the people that I work with. And one of the phrases about sovereignty that resonates so deeply is, as a sovereign being, I move from the truth of my heart knowing moment to moment. As a sovereign being, I move from the truth of my heart knowing moment to moment. So may that be the way for us all as sovereign beings. Yay. Just feel if there's anything else that wishes to be shared from that powerful inner journey of release and of resurrection. Did anyone feel the love of their essence being, their inner child, divine child essence, or an angelic presence? This is a journey that when you receive the recording, you could do again and again to anchor that frequency, to live with it on a daily basis, welcoming that being. Blessed be. So you are welcome to share more in the chat. And in these last moments, I wanted to leave space for any questions and any shares around, in this winter solstice, as we are reclaiming the light and the peace within. Actually, I want to sing a song with you. That's something I do in most of my calls and classes that I love doing. So before we transition, we're definitely going to do a song. Sassy is sharing, the gentle alchemy brought tears as always when journeying with you. Thank you, beloved. So let's actually sing a beautiful solstice song. And this song is about peace. This song is a song that I sing a lot at our live events for winter solstice. And I like to share songs and not sing. I'm going to turn the background music down. Not sing so much as entertainment or like a sweet lullaby for you, rather to teach you the song and for you to sing it back with me, for you to feel the resonance of your own voice. When we came through our body temples, we talked about opening the throat and how powerful your voice is. Our voices are truly part of our manifestation. So as we sing this peace song, as we sing this song about peace, let it be so in the now as you sing it, really feeling it, calling it in. And a way to do this is that I'll sing it once and then I'll do call and response so you can feel it in your being and that beauty and that medicine as you sing it with me. So this song goes like this. Deep peace of the running waves to you, deep peace of the silent stars, deep peace of the flowing air to you, deep peace of the quiet earth. May peace, may peace fill your soul. Let peace, let peace make you whole. So that's the song. And now I'm going to sing one line and you can sing it back with me. Okay? So Annalisa, I'm looking at you. So I'm going to go by your timing, how it goes. Okay? Deep peace of the running waves to you. Deep peace of the silent stars. Deep peace of the flowing air to you. Deep peace of the quiet earth. May peace, may peace, may peace fill your soul. Let peace, let peace, let peace make us whole. Beautiful. Let's do it one more time because the goddess loves threes, and we'll sing it all together. So here we go. Deep peace of the flowing air to you. Deep peace of the silent stars. Deep peace of the quiet, the flow. I lost my words. Flowing air, quiet stars. What's the next one? There's the earth and the waters. I'm going to ask Annalisa to unmute. This is funny. Deep peace.
I don't remember it enough.
Okay. Deep peace of the flowing air to you. Deep peace, the quiet earth. Deep peace of the silent stars to you. Deep peace. I can't remember. I'm having such a brain blank right now, but I know there's waters. So we're just bringing the peace into all the elements and all of our being. That's a fun brain blank. We're letting go perfectionism, peacefulness all around. If I had to leave something at the gate, it's definitely perfectionism. In place of perfectionism, I choose peace. So, my loves, now that we've sang together, we've opened our hearts, we've had such an incredible journey. I would love to hear if there's anything from you, from your heart, from your depths around any ways that you are either bringing more peace into your life, any practices, or if you are really needing holding right now in prayers. And if you want to put that in the chat, if there's anything you could share as a community around how you cultivate peace, what helps you, or if you're really needing prayers right now for peace, so we can hold you, so we can actually beam love your way. Or if there's a being you'd like to put, we call the prayer basket, into this collective prayer basket, you may do so at this time in the chat. This is a high frequency space, many beings with open hearts here together, that we can hold you, we can hold those that need it. Noem is telling me she's gonna send me the song later. Yeah, it'll come to me later when I don't need it. For sure, I'll be like in my car singing it easily. So please feel free to share in the chat. And then I wanted to share with you that I am excited to offer some wonderful things in the new year. And I'm going to be offering something that I haven't done. I usually do very deep dive, year-long priestess trainings, mystery school teachings for women that last an entire year. And this is something that some of you may be curious about or really resonating with. This may be one of the last times I do this for a while in 2023. If you want more information, if you want to have a call with me to find out more or to apply for that, you can do that. Maybe Erin, if you want to put the link for the Mysterium in the chat so they know. I'm going to be focusing much more moving forward on training others to do these circles, to teaching and training and ordaining other priestesses to continue this work, rather than this actual year-long training with me at the entry level. So this is an incredible opportunity. If you want to do this with me, you can find out. And yes, as we're holding people in our prayers, really taking in what they're speaking, how they find peace, and who's really needing prayers. Holding you, Luana, holding you, Susan, really feeling this circle holding you. And thank you, Tony, for sharing too, bringing us into this love together for all the children and for our countries, all the countries, beyond borders, beyond all these feelings of othering and nationalism, that these gatherings can show us our shared humanity and how we are really one heart. We are in this incredible opportunity to awaken and evolve into a new earth together, where we end war, where we are the peace that we've been praying for, that we ripple this love into our lives. And each of you that's been here and raised your frequency is bringing that back into your community, into your family. And that ripple, we have no idea how that ripple touches so many other beings. I have this incredible relationship with my mentor, with my fairy goddess mother, Ariel Spilsbury. And before knowing her and experiencing, having a direct experience of unconditional love, I didn't actually know those codes. I didn't know that was possible, to be held by someone who wanted only my highest, only the most incredible outcome for me as a soul. This is beyond kind of like a life coach that wants you to succeed in your job and, you know, get along with your spouse. This is about you as a spiritual being, being in alignment with your soul and living your life in a high frequency that then touches so many others in leadership as love. So I want to let you know that as a present for the solstice and for the holidays, I am going to be offering spiritual mentorship to a few beings that are ready. And I've received so much from my spiritual mentor that I want to make this possible for others. And there are beings that are on this call that have received that spiritual mentorship from me. And you know, you're welcome to speak if there's anything you would share about the benefits of that, or the benefits of being in an initiation. I think that Zunera had come today to speak about the spiritual mentorship. Would you be willing to say a few lines about what's happened in your life, what you've been through, and how it's supported and served you in this chapter of your life?
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Zunera, and Eden has impacted my life as well as the sisterhood in such profound ways. I have been through the deepest year of grief since tragically losing my brother to suicide. And I have been in so many moments this year where I considered my own life. And through her support and reminding me of my unique gifts, namely my voice and my affinity to the harp, I've been reminded of my light, and I've felt so deeply connected to my purpose again. And I've also been so held in sisterhood, experiencing friendship like I've never experienced, and just magic. That's really the main word that comes to mind, is magic. And such deep love within my heart to be seen for who I really am, and to also hold that mirror for others. So it's a reminding of purpose, or returning to it, returning to my voice, to my power, and to my presence, really reclaiming my own life in the darkness, in the depths.
Thank you so much, sweetie. Thank you for sharing with us. And I know Noema said you might say a word or two if people were curious. So I'm going to ask you to unmute and share from your own lens what you've been able to transmute and accomplish in your life since stepping onto this path of deep soul initiation and mentorship in this way.
Thank you, Eden. I have been privileged to be mentored by Eden since 2017. And I came to her with, there was just this deep call within my soul that needed to be witnessed and to be held in initiation. And when I say initiation, it's not something to be taken lightly. It's like a soul burning alchemical way of living, in a way that Eden has been able to hold me and be able to track me for all of these years in my shadow, and be able to like name it and call it and remind me of similar patterns and things that I needed to really pay attention to. And that really having that holding and that unconditional love and a belief that I can transmute and transform something so powerfully that's been ingrained in me based on like old beliefs or old cultures, to be able to just take that and just be with it, hold it, and then transmute it to a higher octave, higher purpose in life has been so transformative. Even so, where I had this vision of opening up a school in 2017. I had no intentions of going back into teaching, and here I am. I opened up this incredible school, and it's really helped in my professional life and in my leadership. And now it's growing, and I have 17 teachers, and I'm on fire. Now it's going to be bringing in more of the divine Sophia that came through this year in the temple, that it's more of bringing in the divine Sophia and in my feminine power in my teachings as a Waldorf teacher. So it's been incredible, to say the least. And knowing that there's a group of a container, there's a group of women and men who are holding space for us to just really stand in our power. And I say spiritual power, not just our physical power, but our spiritual power. So
Thank you so much.
I can keep going, but I'm going to stop there.
Thank you, love. I'm so just overjoyed about what you're doing with the children and how supported you are in that by spirit, just to keep growing your school. It's so
Thank
beautiful.
you. I want to add that it's also helped in my marriage and me mothering my 5 children. So just that's huge for me.
Awesome. Thank you, love. So I see someone who I love very much with her beautiful belly here. Hello.
Hello. I've been in Eden's program this year, and I really needed a safe, nurturing space. Also, I can relate with Sunera, being in a time of grief and sadness and feeling like I lost myself in a way. And then just month by month, like the fact that it was a year made all the difference. You know, a 3-month wouldn't have done it. It needed to be that full cycle of just chipping away, going deeper, shedding the tears, the laughter, the joy, the friendships, the various initiations, and really internalizing the process so it becomes second nature. Yeah, it's what's special. I first was at an intro event that Eden did a couple of years ago, and what struck me that it wasn't a lecture. It wasn't like, okay, sit back and let me teach you about such and such. Everything was learning by doing, learning by experiencing, learning through ritual. And that's so rare these days. There's so many, classes on how to, but who actually gets you your hands really in the material of Eden's classes do, Eden's initiations do. So it's definitely been one of the most valuable things I've ever done in my life. And this year I'm just about to have a baby any day now.
Oh my goodness.
So I wouldn't be repeating it. I won't be repeating it, but like Noema said, she's done it since 2017. It is actually a body of work to deepen into and evolve through, not just to, you learn it once and you have it. I mean, you learn it once and you have it forever, but you can just keep deepening. And that's what I intend to do over time.
Thank you, love. Let's hold Jenna in our prayers. She is so ready for this baby to come. Let's hold this beautiful birth process as full of ease and grace and beauty as possible for you, love.
Thank
I'm
you.
so excited to meet this baby.
Thank you so much.
Yay. So my loves, the ladies that showed up, I didn't even know everyone was gonna come. It's so fun to see who's here. And what I want to say is that the year-long training is not for everyone. It is a very deep commitment. It is a long, deep year of soul work. And because it's not for everyone, meaning we're all kind of entering into the mystery at different places and readiness, I decided to create an intro into the mysteries called Initiation, a journey of embodiment. And this is a wonderful way to either prepare for the deeper year-long training or to begin that journey. And it's a 6-week journey of embodiment that I would love to offer you today. It's birthing. It will be released around Imbolc, which is one of the next turns of the wheel in February. So I have created this offering that if you are feeling a yes, I have an opportunity for you to join that today at winter solstice, like special early bird, come and be with us for a huge discount. So basically, if you choose to enter the mystery at that intro level today, instead of paying for the full 6-week journey with me, you would get $100 off, which is a lot because it's only $397 altogether. So you can do so by saving your place in the circle today. Erin's going to pop a link in the chat for that, and that will help you to then receive that massive early bird discount if you save your spot by the end of today, by the solstice, which is actually tomorrow. So that would be only a $97 deposit for you to hold your place. And then it's for men and women. This is not just women. And even though I've been well trained and ordained in the feminine mysteries, this work is for everyone on the planet right now. It is needed that we open our hearts and we come into balance with our masculine and feminine energy. So the intro into the mysteries is going to be an incredible way to do that together, to journey into some of those darker places where we may be out of balance or have what we call knots in ancient yogic tradition. We look at our lives and how we keep kind of manifesting similar things until we open those energetic knots called the samskaras in our energy body. And this entry level is still going to get us into that work, into that deep inner work. We're going to be releasing and untying and transmuting with love many of those core patterns that have kept us from really living in the heart fully, living that embodied love truly. So Erin has put that in the chat for you to copy. You can meditate on that, feel if you're ready for this first level of entry into the mystery. It's less of a commitment. Obviously, the women that shared are sharing about this incredible year-long training they've taken. So there's different ways to work with me in the new year. And as I said, 2023 probably will be one of the last years I do a full 13 moon circle for a while. I'm much more focused on training and ordaining others to continue this work now, and to step even back into some of the creative work that gives me a ton of joy that I've kind of put on the back burner for a while. So I want to let you know this will be a really special year, 2023, to do this together. And then the last thing is that if you are interested in personal spiritual mentorship. You do not have to be in one of my circles. And this is a very rare opportunity because usually you do. But in the first phase of 2023, as I take a pause from the year-long training I'm doing, I'm going to, like I said, invite a few people into spiritual mentorship with me. And Erin created a discount code for you, which is basically, Erin, is it just embody, like EMBODY? So if you want to put the personal mentorship link in now, they can use that code embody for 20% off sessions with me. And yeah, take advantage of that because that is also a rare opportunity. Oh, I'm seeing people coming in at the last second right as we're ending. The replay will be available soon, and you can watch the journey or listen to the journey again and really work with that reclamation of that essence light and that part of your being as a practice. It's a very beautiful thing to repeat. Thank you, everyone, so much for your presence, for your love, for coming. And I'm just thrilled to be able to share this work with you and the depth of our community. So if you want to, at the end, let me see if I can take myself off the spotlight. It'd be wonderful to see everyone in gallery who's on there. I know not everybody turned their camera on, but it's so beautiful to be with you. And I'm just bowing to you all. Thank you, beloveds. Thank you for being here. Have a beautiful solstice. Tomorrow is the precise solstice. Take all this light into that moment. Loving you so much. Bye for now. Bye, everyone.